You're watching West Wednesday 586, Justice for Tyrone West and Justice for All Victims of Police Brutality. Tawanda, it's all you.
Thank you, my queen. If you guys will stay tuned, we will be right back. Mic check.
Can't stop, won't stop, till killer cops are in cell blocks. Can't stop.
The following video portrays an incident of assault and violence at the hands of police. Viewer discretion is advised.
I suggest you back the fuck up. No.
This is Baltimore City Police Officer Jorge Bernardez Ruiz. In a video shot in 2016, Ruiz is seen with his knee on the back of an unknown man with a gun pointed at the man's head. His message was a clear one. Concerned onlookers, adhere to my dictates or else. Here, we can hear Ruiz saying to Baltimore residents,
I suggest you back the fuck up. No.
It is documented that Baltimore police officer Jorge Bernardez Ruiz is a repeat violent offender, even without access to all complaints against Ruiz, undisclosed by BPD Internal Affairs records. 6 cases involving Ruiz are known. This video will briefly highlight 6 total cases beginning in July of 2013. Case 1, Abdul Salam, July 1st, 2013. Here Salam is seen victoriously smiling in celebration after the jury found Ruiz and 2 other cops liable for brutality against him. However, because the trial was civil, not criminal, Ruiz was not fired and he did not go to jail.
Police profiled me. They followed me in the back of my house, harassing me. Police proceeded to violently and hostilely approach my van with me and my son in it. As I announced, this was my home, guns drawn. Once they reached my vehicle, they violently pulled me out, ramshacked my vehicle with my 3-year-old son strapped in his car seat, threw me against the gate, slammed me repeatedly, picked me up by my feet, and while I'm upside down, they proceeded to drop me on my head, hog-tie me, and immediately when I fell on my head, Ruiz, in a wrestling type of action, and kind of hit his knee against my neck. I was arrested. I had no idea what I was being arrested for. My son is scarred to this day. He remembers the incident as it happened yesterday. When he talks about it, he always refers to Daddy being on the floor with police yesterday.
Case 2, Darrell Harris, profiled, as seen in this video, July 17th, 2013.
Yeah, I said, what's wrong with it? Improper way with it. There's no such thing as an improper way.
You gonna tell me my job, bro?
I know the law.
Are you gonna tell me the law?
I know the law.
You gonna tell me the law?
I know the law. What's the problem? You giving me a ticket? You need my license registration?
Yeah, let me get it up.
To profile, y'all use the seatbelt as a reason. Profile.
Sir, do me a favor, take out your keys.
Dad, you can record for what? Nah. I don't feel safe right now. Do you want me to step out the car? Do you want me to step out the car? I'll step out the car. Call the police, man. What do you call a supervisor? I won't do shit. This is getting uploaded to the internet right now. Yeah?
And we are 2 law-abiding citizens that we are getting targeted, and I don't know why.
Just 24 hours later, Bernardez Ruiz played a leading role in the police killing of unarmed Tyrone West. Case number 3, the murder of Tyrone West, July 18th, 2013.
My brother Tyrone West was brutally murdered on July the 18th, 2013.
In both of these cases, when you look at the pleadings,
and the harsh language of these officers that have been quoted to me by reliable witnesses. The N-word.
And Killer Ruiz and Killer Chapman and the rest of those 11 and 15 killers, including David Lewis, took something from my family that they could never give us again. And that was my brother Tyrone West, one unarmed man who was brutally murdered, beat to death in broad daylight.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. And I apologize because I'm not able to actually be on live through video, but just glad that I'm here through audio tonight. I just wanted to talk about, so unfortunately tonight we don't have any guests, and I'm just trying, the reason why I didn't have any guests is because for some reason I'm not even able to post through my Facebook, my own Facebook Live, any West Wednesday thing, and then something just recently happened that I wanted to bring to everyone's attention. So you remember you remember when I had our beautiful guest on, whose daughter, Miss Crystal Gonzalez, whose daughter was murdered in Brooklyn homes, and she's always been fighting for her beautiful daughter Aaliyah, and not just for Aaliyah, but literally for everybody that that it happened to and that was affected by that horrible day. But literally after that, my Facebook, literally the live screen had literally at that moment stopped, and I was pretty much blocked from that point on being able to post West Wednesday from my own page. It's just saying, so I've just been using the YouTube thing. But tonight I wanted to talk about, so that happened first, and then for the longest time, for like almost 60 days, I could not do live video screens, and it was just ridiculous. But for me to literally learn that activist that supported me many years ago, and it's a group of activists, but one man in particular, Baltimore Black, had supported West Wednesday, and they have all of our early 2013 videos. Immediately I said, when this tragedy happened with my brother, we took to the streets. We didn't hesitate. We didn't stop. We actually took to the streets, and we took to the streets peacefully to be heard. And big shout out to Baltimore Black, because they posted on Wednesday and just literally followed us on the streets as if, like West Wednesday still going on 11 years later. But the point and the reason why I'm bringing this up, because recently I had tried to play a song that I dedicated to my brother, that was murdered. And it was called No Justice, No Peace. And literally, I couldn't go on there. I was wondering what happened. But now the Baltimore City Police Department is literally targeting the Baltimore Block page. And the reason why they're targeting the Baltimore Block page, it isn't because of any of them. It's because of me. They made them take down every West Wednesday video. So it seems to me that Worthless Wally and his crew is trying to eliminate West Wednesday altogether. And this is not West Wednesday Coalition speaking. I'm speaking on behalf of myself, even though I represent West Coalition, but this is Tawanda Jones speaking, because even though we're a coalition group, there are people, we're all people, and sometimes we can agree to disagree on certain things. So that's why when I speak on things that I believe in only, and I hadn't brought it up with my beautiful family of peers, I will say that I'm speaking on behalf of myself, because I am. They didn't even know tonight I was going to even talk about this, but it's very disturbing. And what's more importantly, what is very disturbing to me, that now like yesterday, I literally got a notification about something that happened in Baltimore City where it was somebody said that the police had hacked into someone's phone. And I was like, wow, that's interesting. It seems as though they're hacking into my phone as well. And I tried to go on there and share the post of what the news, like the news article that popped up, but my whole phone wiped out. I couldn't see no more. And I'm like, wait a minute, is this a sign from God? Like, what's going on? But to make a long story short, now that when people send me any type of text messaging, I cannot get messages until hours later. Prime example, I'm at work and I'm included on a group work text message with my teachers and peers. And someone had posted good morning, and they were talking about something that all of us teachers needed to hear or whatever. Long story short, this message was sent out to me and my group of peers at approximately 9:40 this morning a.m. And my co-teacher said, did you get the message, Shawan? I said, no. Literally, it was not until, it's like when I move around, however they tracking my phone and whatever they doing, it makes no sense. But it wasn't literally until I drove away from my job to go on my lunch break, and literally at 3:45, that's when, oh, no, I'm sorry, 2:45, that's when all my messages came in. I was having people saying, good morning to Wanda, have a wonderful day. And I'm like, oh, it's just crazy. So I'm saying all this to say that it is ridiculous. And if you don't believe stuff is real, just look at and do your own research. Like I said, I come with receipts. Just look at all the stuff that happened to the activists in Ferguson, Darren Seals in particular, that stood up for Michael Brown, and he was found burned to death in his car, along with other activists that was actually in Ferguson holding it down for Michael Brown and his family, and just for Black people in particular. They were all literally either murdered, burned up in their car the same type of way. And if you don't believe me, be your own conscious consumer. You can Google Darren Seals, or just matter of fact, I'll give you one better. Google activists that were found dead in their vehicles when Michael Brown was murdered. And you will see all four of the particular victims that I'm talking about, and mainly one in particular that I do know named Darren Seals. So you guys know that I'm horrible with names. But my whole point is, when we tell you guys something is not right, please trust and believe that something is not right. I should not have to go through all these efforts when I'm sitting up here on my end. I'm checking all the bars, the quality of my phone, because you have to make sure, because sometimes in reality, you could have technical difficulties. That occurs all the time. But my point is, all my bars are like fully clear to where my signal strength, when I say bars, that means my signal strength is clear. So it's not like I got a weak signal, but yet I can't get on. Yet any type of message. Yesterday, I tried for like an hour and a half to call my sister, and I got to the point I just fell asleep because my whole phone blacked out. Came back on, and then the thing is, one might say, well, you know what? Maybe it's time for you to get a new phone. Been there, done that, tried that. Same thing with new phones. It is ridiculous. So my whole point is, I don't know what they have planned, but it's utterly ridiculous. And I don't care what they have planned. My plans will always be the same. I'm going to be out here, and I'm not only going to be talking about my big brother Tyrone West. I'm talking about all the victims of police brutality and murder, because no one deserves to be brutalized and no one deserves to be murdered. It is disgusting. And speaking of which, next week, or next Tuesday to be exact, is National Police Brutality Day. And there's going to be a lot of big protests and different events that are going to be happening on this particular day and then upcoming next week. on West Wednesday, we're going to be doing something. So I will keep you guys posted. And if you want to join us, just watch the live. And at that moment, I will broadcast and tell you guys where I'm at if I'm able to get on. But this is ridiculous. Like, why are they doing this to me? And out of all people who peacefully protest, peacefully act, get my voice out here. I advocate in such a way to where as though all I literally advocate is love and peace. I know sometimes I have my days where, and it's like I'm human, where I'm hurt, I'm going off, I might be using potty words, but it's all coming from a loving place. But even through that, I never ever advocate and told someone to do something wrong or something that I wouldn't do. Never ever did it. So I just said I want you guys to keep an eye out on me. Keep me close in your heart, keep me close in your prayers, because something's going on and I don't know what it is. I can't put my finger on it, but I know that something is going on. And it's like they're trying to shut me down in every fashion form of the way. But you cannot shut down truth, and you cannot shut down, what you guys did. You can try to cover it up all day, all night. I'm still out here, and I never changed what happened to my brother. And my mother always taught me that the truth never changed. When you tell a lie, and I'll repeat, when you tell a lie or when you're not truthful, you are for what you said, and that thing is going to change 1,000 times, if not more. But when you tell the truth never changes. You may even forget some of the truth, like exact days, specific things, but for the most part, the truth will never change. And it's said that 11 plus years. This is something that I never signed up for. This is something that I was forced into doing. And it's sad, and it's not just me. We have numerous families, numerous victims that are forced into something that they never asked for. And, as my, different moms and different coalition groups always says, this is a club that nobody signs up for and say, hey, I want to be a part of that club. No one would want to sign up for this club. But I said that to say, I just want to know what is going on. Because something weird is going on. It's just like, like you're all in my phone. So and it literally hit my spirit. And I'm one that acts off my spirit. My spirit said with the way that my technology is handled and things like that. On the flip side, I feel like they're not letting me get my messages until they read it. It's like, and who the hell am I? I'm just an average person. Average life. I go to work. I go to, to teach my little babies. And I come home to be with my family. And I advocate for, police brutality and whatever's right. Because at the end of the day, all of this stuff is connected together. But we just really need to stick together and figure this thing out. And most importantly, like I said, next week is a big day on next Tuesday. And then it's also, from my understanding, Darnell's mom is going to be doing something for Darnell Rochester, who was murdered here in Baltimore City. They're going to be doing something. I'm not going to throw, their information out there, but once I be able to get more details and flyers and things like that, then I'll throw it out there if it's meant to go out there. And yeah, I just wanted to say, just like, keep all the families in prayers. And I pray deeply and I pray hard for anybody that's affected by police brutality, because this is something ugly and it's not right. And the fact it's constantly happening over and over and over again is beyond sickening. And before I got bumped off earlier, when I tried to go live, through the app so that way I could look at you guys and y'all could see me. But I saw my beautiful sister, Talia, and, Q and things like that. We haven't seen her in a minute. She normally comes in and she shares things with us, and sometimes she reads the comments and questions. So I saw her earlier, and I just want to check in real quick to see if it's anything that she wants to say, or if there's any questions or comments available at this current time that she would like to share. Mic check.
Mic check. Yes, Tawanda. Right now we have a few comments from YouTube. We have one from Angela saying mic check. AC Britt said police are all up in your shit, talking about the problems with Baltimore Block taking down West Wednesdays. Judah also came in saying mic check. And Judah also said, Tawanda, you say that you are just an average person, but there is nothing average about you, with a heart emoji. Mic check.
Oh, mic check. Thank you. Thank you guys for sharing that. And thank you, Kalia, for reading it and things of that like nature. So I just appreciate it. But I just really want to figure out, like, why am I being targeted? Like, how much more can a person take? Especially one, again, that I will say is advocating peace and advocating love and advocating that if anything ever happens to any one of your loved ones, I don't care if it's through police brutality or through murder, you do something and you do it positive from a loving stance and you fight and you don't never turn back. You don't never turn back, because I believe, and I remember inviting a guest on here, and the person said, I can't even remember who the person was, but when people say stuff deep, you will always remember what they say, because it's just like, a pencil, or not a pencil, but a marker, leaving a permanent mark on a piece of paper, and, you'll remember it. But what someone said, one of our previous guests had said, our loved ones don't die. They said they believe that our loved ones don't die until we stop putting their names out there, we stop advocating for them. That's pretty much when they're gone or whatever. And I was like, that was so deep, like so deep. So with that being said, like I said, it's a lot of stuff that's going on. And even though I don't like watching the news, but you still have to be updated and everything, because we have a very serious, and I'm not trying to act like a politician, but again, we have, and this is not the West Coalition speaking, this is simply Tawanda Jones speaking as for me and what I'm going to do. But we have a very important election coming up next month. Like, I need Lottie, Dottie, and everybody out there to vote. Because if you don't vote, it is my opinion that whatever happens, you just got to suck it up and say, hey, I was not a part of the process. And we have, like, if people don't really know how serious this is, because at the end of the day, it's just like, when I look at, like, elections and things of that nature, it's all. And then it's like, you always got to get the same airplane. They always say different wings of the same airplane, and they both the destruction of hell. I get it, yeah, yay, nay, no, whatever. However, but at the same time, with this election coming up, and you can have, and in my opinion, you can someone that is a known racist. And at the end of the day, we know that all of them have their little racist issues, because at the end of the day, I feel like ain't none of them really for us like that. But at the same time, I'm not going to be that frog sitting in the pot waiting to just cook. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to go out there. I'm going to vote. I'm going to get my children to vote. It's just sad, like I said, you can have one man to turn up the whole entire world, and the only thing that he did was let me see just how real racism is. It used to be a time where people would, turn the other cheek and say things behind your back. Now they say it boldly in your face. and they say make America great again. First of all, America never was great. America never was great. Great for who? When they had my people hanging from trees and all that kind of stuff. When was America ever great? America is what I call it. It never was great. And the fact that we have him saying, and I'm talking about Mr. Trump himself saying that he will give all the officers qualified immunity. So that means the dad of Sonia Massey, a friend of mine now, unfortunately, a club we never signed up for, wouldn't get accountability. That means I would never see it. That means a lot of people would never see it. And that's just the same way if you were a mother, a sister, a father, or a son, a daughter, or whoever, and you had somebody tell you, you know what, I wouldn't care what the case may be, but if I'm elected in the office, I'm giving all the officers qualified immunity. You tell me if you will vote for them. If you will vote for them, good for you. Good for you. But not even good for you, sad for you. Sad for your family. That is disgusting. So as for me, that nah, we not even doing that. So again, I don't care who you go out there and vote for, which I do care, but I'm not going to force my opinions on nobody, but just to make sure that you vote. And again, even if you vote, no one's going to come and save us. So let's be crystal clear. I don't care who they put in office. Because let's be crystal clear. When my brother was murdered in the streets, we had Barack Obama sitting there. And did Barack Obama come save me and my damn family? No, he did not. No, he did not. Other than writing me one response letter back, and it might not even have been pretty well, his signature was on. He might have didn't even read through what I wanted him to read through, but he said he received my stuff and to actually send more details, and he would get back to me. Never did. Same way Marilyn Mosley. Give me your stuff. I'm going to get back to you. Never did. And right now, I'm sitting up there waiting for Anthony Brown's office to see what they're going to do about this investigation. So again, when they do this kind of stuff, justice delayed is justice denied. I am not stupid, and I will say it again. Justice delayed is justice denied. It's just like, I'm going to give you a prime example. You want something so bad, but they know they're not going to give it to you. But instead of them slamming the door in your face and saying, Miss Jones, go down the street, they keep on saying, oh, give me a minute. We're going to open up shop. We're going to talk. And they keep on avoiding you. And time keep on coming in. Time comes in. And as life happens, life is life. People die. People are born. So much is happening. People forget things. People go through different situations. And again, justice delayed is justice denied. So they do all this. This is a conscious conspiracy to obstruct justice. And I will say that again. This is a conscious conspiracy to obstruct justice. And it's sad and ridiculous. And meanwhile, people that are going through mental health crises, instead of getting them, help for their mental stability, they'd rather have them rotting in a jail cell. But meanwhile, cops that murdered their damn father is still walking the beat. And yes, I'm talking about my nephew. They'd rather keep playing with my nephew, Tyrone's youngest son, but then hold any of them 17 maniacs accountable. It is sad and disgusting. And everything to me is done by design. Everything to me, rather if we like it, rather if we don't, we have to deal with it. I done been through this rocky road that I would not recommend to my enemy. Because this rocky road breaks up relationships if you're not strong enough. This rocky road shakes and takes things from you. This rocky road, you can start in with your whole entire family, and they're all out there with you wanting to see accountability, and life happens, and then they start dying from the stress of no accountability. and then it's business as freaking usual. Sad and freaking disgusting. Or they're murdered, and then the same system that deprived you of accountability for a loved one that you've been fighting for over a decade tells you, trust the damn system, we're going to handle it. And they're doing the same thing on that end. Wiping out time, losing time. And they do that as a big effort to cover up their tracks. This system is so dirty and disgusting, it makes me sick. It literally makes me sick. And when I see all the poverty pimps attaching themselves to hurting families just to have a damn camera in their face, it's really freaking disgusting. I saw the news today. I was so devastated because we have a poor, grieving family whose child last year was going to school. You go to school, and then you go on lunch break, and then you're murdered. And instead of you going home and returning home from school with your book bag on and saying, hey, Mom, I had a fabulous day, or Grandma, Auntie, Uncle, Daddy, whoever, telling your family, I had a great day for my first day of school, my first week of school. You don't get that opportunity. You come home. You don't even return home. You pretty much return to the morgue in a body bag. You leave out with a book bag, but you come in, you're sent to the morgue in a body bag. And then you have Mr. Daru that's exploiting these families that want to come out here and represent everything, and he ain't representing the devil's advocate. The devil's advocate. And I'll say it again, the damn devil's advocate. They want to stand up there for the fame and all that stuff and publicity of these families. Every time I look, it's always the same poverty pimps. And again, this ain't West Coalition calling them out. This is Tawanda Jones. That's why they don't like me, because I'll look them in the eyes and tell them what I'm saying right now. I'll look them in their face and tell them what I'm saying right now. I'll look worthless Worley in his face and tell him he's a worthless piece of crap. I will look Saru in his face and tell him he's a piece of crap, exploiting all the families. You went from exploiting the death of the poor worker that went to work, and because of the hot heat and temperatures, know how the Department of Works work anywhere. It's a piece of crap. It's a racist piece of crap that don't give a damn about nobody. And then you want to jump out there and act like you care about that family. You're jumping around too much. This is sad and disgusting. But then when you're blown up on the same news that you use and they give you a whole venue, but they ain't no problem with showing you when you was on 25th Street, and when you were prostituting, doing something, when you had somebody do something strange for your change. And you put them out, and you told the prosecutor, you told the police officer, turn the damn body camera off and reminded them that you were a prosecutor. Shame, shame, shame. And again, this is Tawanda Jones. And that's why they don't like me. And I don't care. I don't care, because guess what? I sleep, and when I do get to sleep, because it's hard to get to sleep because, I'm always thinking of my brother. I'm always thinking of my beloved cousin that was murdered, Tavon Anderson. I'm always thinking of my loved ones that wanted to see accountability. So it's hard for me to sleep. But when I do go to sleep, I don't have to worry about, I'm losing sleep because I done wronged somebody. I lose sleep because y'all wronged me. Y'all wronged my damn family. That's why I lose sleep. And nobody's family deserves this. This is like literally a living nightmare. And as much as I try to see the best and enjoy my life, it's a living nightmare. It's so unpredictable. Like, it's so unpredictable. 1 minute, like I said, you could be on top of the world, and 2 seconds later, you could be underneath of the world with everything coming at you. But again, Tawanda Jones, not the West Coalition. I believe in God, and I believe that God has my back. God directs my path. He is my director. He gives me, all the spiritual discernment to know when to hold and when to fold. He is my Savior. He is the one who saved me. He is the one who is saving me. So again, please just help me figure out why the hell they all in my phone as they have been for the last decade. This is pure harassment. This thing have not only followed me to my job, it followed me to my home. Everywhere I go, it reared its ugly head, and I'm sick of it. I really am. I was at a teacher training, and one of the teachers brought their cute little sons to the training, and he said he was sick of like watching the training video. He's like, you know what? I'm sick of it. And that was like the cutest moment, and that made me realize why I love working with children, because they're the most honest beings ever. You know, and that's why it hurts me and breaks my heart when people are taught hatred, taught racism. Because a child don't come out their mother's womb. They're not born into this world saying, oh, I hate anybody. They're the most cutest, precious thing ever. But then, whatever or whoever they're around are pretty much planting seeds inside of their head. And sometimes it ain't good seeds. Sometimes I always heard you plant a good seed in good soil, you'll get good, results. But some seeds that claim it ain't good. Everything ain't good. And it's just so sad when you have a baby, a loving baby, the most precious gift in the whole world that comes out, and all that baby wants is love, and all that baby wants is attention. And then from that baby, whoever's rocking that cradle has the power to rule the world. And then they go and put hatred and make that baby start hating someone from the color of their skin, or identifying this one color, that one race, this one belief. And then now they're starting to hate people. That is so horrific, horrible, disgusting. I mean, everything that I could think of that is not positive right now. That's what that is, a bunch of crap. And I'm sick of it. Just like my friend's son said, he was like, I'm sick of it. I've had enough. And I was laughing so hard. But again, I want to check in with my sister Kalia just to see if we have any more questions or comments. And tonight we have a sad list. I was trying to, when I was pulling up, and I didn't even get a chance to post about WestWednesday because it's been one of those busy, extremely busy days at work. So I didn't even get a chance to share out how I do, what week it is, and put photos up there or anything besides my morning picture that I take every morning. I'll say happy whatever the day is or whatever. But nevertheless, I want to check in with my sister Khalil just to see if we have any more comments, questions, or to see if she wants to add anything into the conversation before we move to our sad list, because I tried to read something in our chat and I seen that I feel like I read something that said we had a long list tonight, and I seen something that said something about splitting the list up, and then again when I tried to click it, my phone went to the birds. I'm ready to throw this phone on top of the roof because like my friend's son said, I'm over it. I'm sick of it. But yeah, Kalia, do we have any more questions or comments, or do you want to share anything with anybody, or if Rachel want to share anything, or I don't know who else joined us that may be in the green room that want to share anything before I read our disclaimer and we take a few seconds and then we'll read the sad list and things of that nature. So mic check.
Mic check. Yes, we do have a few more comments. Bruce Emmerling commented, "Good evening, all." AC Britt commented, "Theroux is trying to become a poverty pimp like Trump." AC Britt also said he takes on what position on any issue that pays him the best, and he doesn't care about justice. Mainism commented, "The system is corrupt." Mic check.
Mic check.
Absolutely, it really is corrupt. It's and again, guys, thank you guys for sharing. Thank you guys for tuning in. But if you guys could actually help me figure out, and my sister Dina gave me some great points and tips, but I just want to take a moment just to share again, if you guys can figure out how we can help Baltimore Block get my video, because they're trying to snatch videos, like literally of a whole tracking device that we had data, information that the news didn't even share, like raw video footage of what happened to you, my brother, and the nerve of them that come at them. This is how corrupt they are. They went after the owner of Baltimore, got them banned from Google, all this stuff. And that's what they're doing. And literally, I told you guys recently, Jesse Saray's foster mom, her foster mom, Missy Lane, she pretty much was blocked off of all of Facebook, blocked off of all the networks. The only way I talk to this beautiful queen is through another texting message. But as far as her being out there, and it was not, and then she would say, okay, it's more than, oh, my phone was hacked type of thing. Because, you know, if your phone is hacked, all you got to do is create another email, and then you can get back. No, they got her wiped. They're trying to wipe her out because she is the first one in the state of Washington. The state of Washington to secure a cell block for killer cop. Period. So when you get close, that's why I say I can't. What they opening up the cell now? What they ready to throw Ruiz and them all up in there? I can't wait till that day happens. But that's why I feel like they trying to wipe me out, man. So if y'all can think of any way to help me figure out what to do, that way we can get these videos back that are secure. I mean, videos where I look Greg Bernstein in his ugly eyes. Looking at him was like looking at Freddy Krueger. Especially since Halloween coming up. You ain't got to get a Freddy mask. I mean, you know, you can look at him. He's Freddy Krueger. Greg Bernstein. And it's not West Coalition, it's Tawanda Jones. But I had videos of him. When we shut him down, I had videos when I shut Bruce Goldfall from the medical examiner's office down, trying to come outside and intimidate my family and run us away. I got raw video footage of that. For them to try to snatch that, why are they doing this? So if you guys can think of ways, I want y'all in your own mind, your own space, anybody, think of a way. And I hope they watch, because I know y'all watching. I'm going to figure it out while y'all watching. Y'all ain't gonna wipe out nothing. Let's be crystal clear. You're not gonna wipe out nothing. You're playing, but guess what? Y'all I can't even, I don't have words for y'all. But I will say your methods of trying to shut down West Wednesday, trying to shut my voice up, trying to hide the truth. You can run, but you can't hide. You can run, but you can't hide. And the truth always comes out. So I don't care how much of manipulation and whatever you're trying to do or whatever you're doing, the truth is going to come out. And I know that the timing is immaculate. Like your timing is immaculate. It's a lot of stuff that I can't even tell y'all that's going on right now as of this freaking week. Right? And now all of a sudden, now y'all trying to snatch down videos and snatch down this. Makes me think, is that connected as to why what happened to my loved one happened? But I'm going to keep my mouth closed for now. But when I can go off, I'm throwing Lottie, Dottie, and everybody up underneath of the bus. And this is what I'm going to do. So remember, on this day and this time, mark your freaking calendars. Just like they advertise upcoming movies, upcoming events, coming near to a theater near you when they get ready to have a good movie. Well, guess what? Coming at a theater near you, I'm throwing all y'all under the bus. It's going to be called Throw Y'all Under the Bus Day. Put it out there today. I'm going to put all y'all out there. Buy names, buy what you did, and guess what, baby? I come with receipts, because if it's not in black and white, unfortunately, it doesn't count. But y'all know I got all my receipts. That's the problem. See, that's why y'all don't know how to take me. So y'all do little phony stuff like this. Shut this down, go after that person. And just like Bruce Goldfarb with his goofy self. And this again to Wanda Jones with his goofy self had the nerve to reach out to a reporter that just did an amazing job. And gonna tell her to retract something. Yeah, tell me that, Bruce Goldfarb. Devil's advocate for David Fowler. Y'all tell me that. Y'all some clowns, and I that. Y'all some clowns. I'm walking away from y'all laughing. Y'all clowns to me. That's what y'all are. So I ain't gonna get bent out of shape. So I'm gonna check in one final time, see if anybody want to say anything, and then from that moment we will go into our sad list. We will go into the disclaimer, and from the disclaimer we will go into our sad list. Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
All right. So Khalil, is there any more questions or comments on YouTube?
Yes, 2 more comments. One from Super Cardio that says mic check, and last one from AC Brit saying she was successful and they view her as dangerous. They don't want her sharing strategy. Mic check.
That part. And who she's talking about is Missy Lane, Jesse Cerese. That's very powerful, and that was sharing information. Because guess what? When we get accountability, I don't care what state it is, that is an echo model, right? That's a whole model for us to do the same thing to secure things in our own city, our own state. Just like here I started West Wednesday, unfortunately on the back and the blood of my brother, right? But that was enough to show the world that you don't have to take nobody crap. And different people are doing different things weekly, like how my family did. Weekly, they're going out there protesting. They're naming different things and, honor of their numbers. Like I call West Wednesday every West Wednesday. Wednesday ain't just a Wednesday for me. It's West Wednesday, baby. And it will all Wednesday. Just like we have, I went out with Stephon Clark. They got murdered for holding a damn cell phone in his grandmother's backyard. They got Stephon Clark Sunday. And the truth is, they told me, you inspired us. That's why we got Stephon Clark Sunday. We say, if you can go out there every West Wednesday, we can have Clark Sunday. And even though they stopped doing it every week and they started like going bi-weekly, they said they would go back. But my whole point is they did it. And that's what you be a model. And then when you get powerful and strong, they try to shut you down. That's what they do in a poor Missy Lane. But from that moment, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go into our sadness. And I heard my brother Brian on there. Hello, brother Brian. And thank you guys for just tuning in and being able. Next week, guys, I am going to prepare you. We will be out in the streets. I don't care what the weather is. It could be raining. It could be hailing, snowing, doing this thing, freezing cold. We will be out in the streets, but I will not announce the location until I go live. So I'm going to give you guys a little heads up. Even in our email address list, where we say, something, we're going to post something to pretty much say, hey, stay tuned and watch us. Because then, if you catch us on YouTube, we'll let you know where we are. I may even let you guys know when I'm there, but I'm not going to sabotage because everywhere I am, the enemy shows up. They doing stuff too much right now. That's why, because normally I would boldly say, oh, we're going to be at Hoopy Hole or wherever we're going to be at. And then as soon as I say that, sure enough, they're at Poopy Hall. They got Lottie Dottie and everybody. So, again, we'll let you guys know. But I'm excited. We will be back in the streets next week. I can't wait. So, with that being said, and then also someone had just shared something with me real quick. I'm going to share with my sister that sent me something that it's National Stop Police Brutality Day, and they're doing something now. She shared something with me, an event that they're doing at Freedom Plaza at 1325 Pennsylvania Avenue. and it's going to be on October the 22nd at 4:30. And it's called Stop Cop Nation. We keep us safe as free DC. So I like that you just showed me the information. So yeah, and I think this is the place where. So I'll be sharing more details and information with you guys. So again, sorry that I'm scrambling, but you already know I got a lot going on, and I just put it out there. Like I don't work for nobody but the man upstairs, and that's my God. So yeah. But give me a few seconds. I'm pulling up the disclaimer, and from there we will take it. Unfortunately, to the part that I don't like, and that's the sad list. So sometimes we have an updated one, and unfortunately, sometimes we don't. So yeah, I'm ready to read this. Then we'll take 2 minutes of silence. All right. It is the mission of the West Coalition to work for accountability for Tyrone West and all victims of police brutality. We believe that there is a connection between police brutality and community violence. And I'll say that again. We believe there is a connection between police brutality and community violence. Police can use de-escalation strategies to defuse situations without necessarily using force. I want to say that again, because that's very important, and let's be clear. Police can use de-escalation strategies to defuse situations without necessarly force. And we encourage community members to resolve their disputes without violence. Because that's very important. I'll say that again. We encourage community members to resolve disputes without violence. Okay? We care deeply about those families impacted by police brutality and community violence. We're not just out here screaming, oh, stop police from killing us. We need to stop the killing and find out who's killing or whatever. Violence is not right. Nobody deserves to be brutally murdered. We seek to lift up the names of the loved ones from a place of respect and care. We obtain lists of names shot and killed by the police and lost to the community violence from national and local outlets. We know that these are no exhaustive means of. We know by no means that this is an exhaustive list, and that a gun violence isn't the only way that people are murdered. And with that being said, we don't get any information, no detailed information about the circumstances surrounding the deaths or the people who died. By reading the names, we're not condoning violence or the behavior on the part of anyone. And now we use a system, because at first we were using just the Washington Post, and unfortunately, National Police Brutality List, and they were just only showing the murders that were happening from gun violence by police hands, not by the community, but by the police hands. But now we have, and even though it's sad, but we have a better way to, a better communication list that actually tells us not just who got shot and killed. Because on the other list, Tyrone on there, or Freddie Gray wouldn't have been on there or Anthony Anderson. We know that they were, not gunned down by the police, but they were, murdered. But with that being said, the time now is 8:58. I'm sorry, 7:58. I'm skipping time. I'm trying to speed this night up. I have had it. Like the little boy keeps saying, I keep on hearing it. He's like, I'm sick of it. I've had enough. Anyway, I've had enough. But it's 7:58. So at 8 o'clock, we're going to start our sad list. And I'm going to do a mic check right now. Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Thank you guys so much. The time now is exactly 8 p.m. So I'll hand it over to Brother Brian and we will take it from there. Mic check.
Mic check. Thank you, Twanda. As usual, there have been some murders by community violence here in Baltimore in the past week, and we lift these names up both for the sakes of the families and the friends, as well as the people themselves, and for us to keep us mindful of what we're doing and why we're doing it. So I would just ask you to echo these names back to me, and we'll lift them up and pray or work or whatever it is you want to do, so that one day we don't have to read these lists anymore. Elias Palmer.
Elias
Palmer.
Robert Phillips Had Jr.
Robert
Phillips Had Jr.
Devon Gray.
Devon Gray.
Shalem Hunt.
Shalem Hunt.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
So Tawanda, Kalia, this is Hillary. Kalia and I will be splitting the National Police Brutality List. And the list that we have is from October 1st through the 8th. And there are, I believe, about 29 names on it.
Oh my God.
So I will be doing half of it, and then the first half, and Kalia will be doing the second. We like everybody to remember that each one of these names means a family, a community, and a world that has lost someone. And so let's lift all these names up. Starting on October 1st, in Avon Park, Florida, 28-year-old Alberto Rodriguez.
Alberto Rodriguez.
Also on the 1st, in Tempe, Arizona, Jason Fox, age 27.
Jason
Fox.
Also on the 1st, in Northwood, New Hampshire, 34-year-old Malcolm Burns.
Malcolm Burns.
Now on October 2nd, in San Diego, California, 41-year-old Brian Maloney.
Brian Maloney.
Also on October 2nd, in Bakersfield, California, 39-year-old J. Felix Chocoteco.
J. Felix Chocoteco.
On October 3rd, in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, 54-year-old Robert Jones.
Robert Jones.
Also on the 3rd, in Loma Linda, California, 39-year-old Edward Das.
Edward Das.
Also on the 3rd, in Belleville, Illinois, 69-year-old Charles Sanders.
Charles Sanders.
Also on the 3rd, in Las Vegas, Nevada, 37-year-old Percy Hawkins.
Percy Hawkins.
Also on the 3rd, in Aurora, Colorado, 38-year-old Corey Dillard.
Corey Dillard.
On October 4th, in Portland, Oregon, this person's name and age have been withheld by the police.
Cell blocks for killer
cops. Ashe.
Also on October 4th, in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, 33-year-old DeAndre Martin.
DeAndre Martin.
Also on the 4th, in Hernando, Mississippi, the name has been withheld by the police.
Ashe.
Also on the 4th, In Plano, Texas, 32-year-old woman, Allison Seats.
Allison
Allison
Seat.
Seat.
Also on the 4th, in Nashville, Tennessee, 26-year-old Adam Rodriguez.
Adam Rodriguez.
Adam Rodriguez.
And now I'll hand it over to Kalia.
Thank you, Hillary. Continuing to the 5th, in Wadsworth, Ohio, 44-year-old male, David Scepter.
David
Scepter.
Also on the 5th, in Santa Monica, California, 28-year-old male, Dea Abdelhadi Halaiba.
Dea Abdelhadi
Halaiba.
On the 6th, in Waxahachie, Texas, 27-year-old male, Larry Reeves III.
Larry Reeves III.
Also on the 6th, in Atlanta, Georgia, the name and age has been withheld by the police.
Cell blocks for killer cops.
Ashe.
Ashe. Also on the 6th, in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, a 43-year-old male, Omar Jermaine Reddit.
Omar
Jermaine Reddit.
Also on the 6th, in Millington, Tennessee, an 18-year-old male, Logan Kilpatrick.
Logan
Kilpatrick.
Also on the 6th, in Chesterfield, Virginia, 46-year-old male, Sean D. Hill.
Sean D.
Hill.
On the 7th, in Arlington, Texas, 34-year-old male, Tony Dupree Coward.
Tony Dupree
Coward.
Also on the 7th, in Knoxville, Tennessee, 57-year-old male, Brian Testerman Jr.
Brian
Testerman Jr.
Also on the 7th, in Colorado Springs, Colorado, the name and age has been withheld by the police.
Cell blocks for killer cops.
Ashe.
Ashe. On the 8th, in Detroit, Michigan, the name and the age have been withheld by the police.
Cell blocks for killer cops.
Ashe.
Also on the 8th, in Monon, Indiana, the name and age again have been withheld by the police.
Cell blocks for killer cops.
Ashe. Also on the 8th, in San Antonio, Texas, 43-year-old male, Roman Urbano Jr.
Roman
Urbano Jr.
And finally, closing out the list, on the 8th, in Kalamazoo, Mississippi, 60-year-old male, Timothy Kurt Holden.
Timothy Kurt Holden.
And that concludes the list. Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check. Well, again, that is like, it's getting more disturbing, guys. Like, any murder is a tragedy. A tragedy. It's horrible. It's incomprehensible. But the fact that it's growing, literally, you're talking about that little time frame and 29 people. We ain't even at the end of the month. And 29 people in 8 days from that, according to that list, that is beyond disgusting. And if you listen to the names, one can assume, who was murdered. It's either Latino or African American people. It's disgusting. And I wouldn't care if it was a Caucasian person or any race. No one deserves to be brutally murdered by anyone, especially law enforcement officers. And I'm just going to end it on that note. Remember, live to love to live. I love you all. And unfortunately, the same way we brought you in with this real video that nobody's doing nothing about, Even though we highlight as a coalition Ruiz on this video because he was one of the first killers of many that murdered one unarmed man. And that was my big brother, Tyrone West, and nobody. They need to place some jokers on death duty. They don't care. We need to do something. The time is now. So please continue on watching the video. Thank you guys so much for your time. And let's figure it out together. And we need to do something now. Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
And Mr. West begging for his life. And Mr. Salam begging for his child to be excluded and comforted from what was taking place. Not for himself, but for his 3-year-old child.
Case number 4, Adina Britt and family, September 10th, 2015.
My name is Adina Britt, and I wanted to submit a 30-second testimonial that Jorge Omar Bernardez Ruiz is one of the 11 terrorists that came into my house performing a home invasion in September 2015, terrorizing my entire family and even holding my 12-year-old son at gunpoint. He needs to be stopped.
Case number 5, unidentified arrestee, assaulted in 2016.
I suggest you back the fuck up. No, why you want to talk to me?
Again, this video did not surface until the summer of 2020. Case 6, Thomas McCullough, May 2016 and February 2017.
I heard my front door coming off the hinges like it exploded.
Thomas McCullough says it happened twice. In May 2016 and February 2017, Baltimore City Police burst through his green front door and raided his Pimlico home.
They said, police. They come up, shotguns, guns.
He says officers ransacked the place, looking for drugs, money, and weapons. He took pictures of the damage he says they left behind.
Tell us where the drugs are, the scales, the guns, and the large amounts of money.
Nothing was found. Now he's suing police, claiming officers, including a former member of the Gun Trace Task Force, frightened him, his wife, and father-in-law when the officers conducted what his suit calls an illegal search of his home. The owner of the house tells 11 News after the second raid, he had to replace the front door. McCullough and his attorney say they want Baltimore police held accountable.
There is a colossal breach of trust.
And McCullough tells us following both raids, no one was arrested or charged.
This all begs the question, when will Baltimore City State's attorney see the prosecution of Bernardez Ruiz as warranted?
They were the stopping officers in these so-called jump-out cars, unmarked and so forth, that stopped both the West vehicle and the Salam vehicle without probable cause. And these officers are the ones that also were joined by others, but they are the ones who initiated the stops, pulled both men out of the vehicles, and commenced the vicious activity that was thrust upon them.
And the officer Ruiz that started this attack is still working and working with promotions. He is now sergeant. But the fact that this repeat of violent offender had a history leading up to my brother. There was Darrell Harris, there was James Green, Joseph Green, Abdul Salam. No one family deserves to be brutally murdered or brutalized by this repeat violent offender Ruiz. It is time we take action. The time is now.
Baltimore police officer Jorge Bernardez Ruiz is a repeat violent offender. Based on these accounts, in accordance with the law, we, the West Coalition, call for him to be fired, prosecuted, and incarcerated.
We're more than hashtags and body bags. We're more than being 6 feet in the dirt and pictures and buttons on t-shirts. Our lives matter.
For the safety of our city, the prevention of further harm, and the justice for these families, we see no other option.
And again, I'll say, the time is now.